Shelby GT350. Every review I've ever read praises the car, says it's one of the best handling cars that Ford has made, which maybe is true. This is the first Mustang I've ever owned. But the problem is that it doesn't really handle. It's weird that nobody talks about it, and all the reviews I've read, I've never seen anybody mention that the car can't handle. So I'm not really sure why nobody mentions it. I mean, I guess in comparison to other Mustangs, maybe this is the best handling Mustang out. But unfortunately, you know, it should be spec'd against other cars, not only Mustangs. And I personally actually went from an M4 manual as well to this car, and the Tramline on this car is horrible. If you're in comfort mode, the car is just gonna go left, right. Especially I live in New York, so unfortunately the highways, streets, and everything in between has potholes. And so the car definitely, any little crevice in the road, the car just goes left, right. It doesn't, you basically gotta keep fighting it to keep it going straight. So if you like driving cars and drinking coffee while driving, this is not the car to get. Which is kind of weird, because I mean, if they make a car that's supposed to handle and hold the road, I don't think you're supposed to be, you know, the part of it is the driver has to make sure that the car actually stays on the road. It doesn't make sense to me. Maybe it makes sense to others. But yeah, I mean, the car otherwise is great. If you don't really care about it holding the road, it sounds amazing. Really freaking high, but it's just the handling, which again, I'm very shocked. Nobody talks about it, no reviews about it, no nothing. Everybody just praises the car, says it's one of the best, which was one of the reasons I switched from a BMW, because I do actually own an M5 F10 as well. And that's another thing when I bring up that this car, the Shelby, doesn't really handle. What other people say to me is that, oh, that's because you're comparing it against an M5, and obviously the M5 handles a lot better, which seems kind of weird, because if this is a great handling car, why would, you know, just, so what we're saying is that BMW just handle much better and that's it, Ford just can't compare? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. If it's a great handling car, it should stack up against other great handling cars as well. So yeah, I was a little disappointed to find out that the car doesn't really handle. And the thing is that if you live in a place that has very straight roads, or if you track the car, this is a great car, no argument there. But if you live in New York and you got to drive through streets like the ones that I drive through, where, you know, the roads aren't straight, it's very difficult to, if you take your hand off the wheel, most likely you'll hit a wall. And obviously not right away, but if there's a bump in the road, you feel the car just wants to go towards that bump instantly. It doesn't want to go straight, it basically becomes like a train on rails. So that, to me, it seems a little weird that happens. And comfort mode is the worst. I don't actually drive the car in comfort at all. Obviously nobody does, but if, you know, why even put it in the car in that case? But and sport is better. Track mode is probably the best. You can feel the car handles a lot better in track, and actually doesn't tramline as much. But the problem with track mode is that the suspension becomes very stiff, and it again, I'm not opposed to stiff suspensions.
That's what she said.
But the thing is that, again, in New York, all the potholes, all the bumps, everything you go over, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel a lot more. So, you know, you're losing that comfort. If you want to keep the suspension in comfort, you're losing that option just to make sure that the car handles a lot better. Again, seems kind of weird in comparison to the M5 I have. You have 3 suspension options there as well, and even in comfort, it drives perfect, goes straight. You feel that it's a lot softer, but I don't have to fight the car to keep it on the road. So yeah, just wanted to share my opinion, especially because, again, I've never heard anybody say anything bad about this car, which was one of the main reasons I got this car. But again, if you live somewhere where the roads are straight, and then it's not an issue, because the car will drive straight, no problems at all. It's just when it's the bumps, and it just tramlines, it takes the bumps and just rides them like a freaking train. Another reason why I think it might be happening, maybe there's an issue with my car, I don't know. I mean, everybody I spoke to that has Mustangs all said the same thing, is that you're comparing it to an M5 and there's basically no comparison. But I don't know, that seems like a weird answer when, you know, this is a track built car that's built to handle. So I don't know, maybe I was expecting a lot more, especially, again, from all the great reviews I read where nobody complains about this at all. But yeah, but the car does sound amazing. It revs, just keeps going and going in comparison to the M4. The M4 really didn't sound good at all compared to this.